Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to our webinar. My name is Charlie and I will be your host tonight. Before we start, here's a little disclaimer. For what we are going to share tonight is just for general information and educational purpose. So it does not constitute to any recommendation to buy or sell any investment products. First of all, I would like to have a brief introduction about our company, Phillip Capital Sendirian Berhad. Phillip Capital was incorporated in 1995 and it is a wholly owned subsidiary of Phillip Capital Holdings Sendirian Berhad. Some of you may be aware that we were formerly known as Phillip Futures, but as we grew and expanded our services and offerings, we have renamed ourselves as Phillip Capital. Other than that, we are also trading participant of Bursa Malaysia Derivatives Berhad, participating organization of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad, and also holder of Capital Market Services license. Phillip Capital has offices nationwide with the headquarters located in Kuala Lumpur and 11 Phillip Investor Centres in both West and East Malaysia. You are welcome to drop by your nearest branch if you have any enquiry about our investment related product. These are the Bursa Excellence Awards that we have received in the past few years. In last year, we were very honored to be awarded as the first runner-up for the Best Retail Derivatives Trading Participant and second runner-up for the Best Overall Derivatives Trading Participant. Phillip Capital is not only nationwide but also worldwide. We are located in 15 countries as shown in the map. Having global network means we are offering a wide range of products. For futures trading, we are offering products listed in global exchange, includes the popular exchanges in US such as CME, CBOT, COMEX, and NYMEX. We also have exchanges from Europe, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Malaysia. With our global coverage, clients can trade both local and foreign products easily with us within the same platform. Phillip Capital offers one-stop solution for your trading. The products we are offering can be categorized into three main categories. Firstly, futures, which includes diverse markets like the index futures, agricultural, metal, energy, and interest rates futures. For equities or stocks, you can trade Malaysia shares, US shares, Hong Kong shares, Singapore shares, and Australia shares with us. We do offer contracts for difference, which also known as CFD, including both local Bursa and US CFDs for those who are interested as well. So why Phillip Capital? I would say that we are your broker of choice as an award-winning multi-asset broker with 24 hours broking and execution support. If you have any issues regarding your trade, you can always contact us and we have dealers ready to assist you. We do provide advisory services and send latest market news to our clients on daily basis. As mentioned earlier, we do offer a wide array of products. Besides, we want to ease every of you where you can just open an account with us online at any time and anywhere. We also offer free one-to-one coaching sessions for our investors and organize free seminars and webinars like this frequently where you can always learn from the speakers. And most importantly, it is free to open an account with us. For the free one-to-one coaching, we can provide you an introduction to futures, CFD, stocks trading, and product knowledge. We will also coach you on the platform and charting system. If you would like to have a personalized coaching, feel free to reach out to us and we will schedule a session with you. And if you are interested to join our upcoming events, you can check them out by scanning the QR code or visit our website at phillip.com.my. I will wait for 3 seconds for you to scan or maybe you can take a screenshot. Okay. We also conduct weekly market call where we have analysts to share market views and updates on every Monday, 11 a.m. Also, we have live counter technical analysis where our technical analysts will discuss on weekly trends and potential entry and exit levels on every Monday, 8 p.m. You can scan the QR code to secure a spot now. Alright. You can now enjoy hassle-free online account opening for stocks, futures, and CFD account by scanning the QR code. It will directly take you to the application page, and you can also take a screenshot. I will wait for 3 seconds before I proceed. Alright, so here are some trading platforms that we use. First, we have Philip Nova for futures trading. There are over 90 technical indicators that you can utilize in analyzing the chart. You can place your order to buy or sell directly from the chart as well. It is a market depth trading tool for both local and foreign products with live market news and price alerts. If you wish to try out the platform, feel free to scan the QR code for a demo account. It is available on both App Store and Google Play. Our Philip Nova's live charts are powered by TradingView. You can trade both local and foreign products in one account. We do offer 17 global exchanges and provide 24 hours broking and execution support. For stocks trading, we are using Poems Global, a platform with powerful stocks analytics, and it is suitable for both new and experienced investors. For CFDs, we have Philips CFD Trader, which is an ideal all-purpose trading platform with user-friendly interface and advanced order type. Moving on to the promotion, Phillip Capital presents an exciting opportunity for traders with our Trade and Triumph BMD Edition promotion. You can stand a chance to win up to 1,050 ringgit when you sign up and start trading BMD futures with us. The promotion is open to both existing and new clients of Phillip Capital. For more information, feel free to scan the QR code. Alright, before we dive into our topic, I would like to introduce our speaker today, Mr. Zheng. Mr. Zheng is the futures trading dealer at Phillip Capital, holding a bachelor's degree in finance and investment. His expertise lies in analyzing market outlook, economic conditions, and interrelated factors to provide mid to long-term insights. Mr. Zheng is also a national CFA Institute local research champion, combining market analysis and technical skills to empower clients with effective trading strategies. It's our honor to have Mr. Zheng here today. Let's welcome Mr. Zheng. Mr. Zheng, I will pass the screen to you.
Okay, thanks, Yali, for the good welcome message and very good introductions. So before we kickstart the sharing session, let me share my slides. All right, so I believe my slide is on the screen, and I might be very sure that everyone attend for today sharing will be curious why U.S. election is so important to our market and how our market will react to both of the party, Democratic and the other one is Republican Party. Sorry, there's a mistake on my slides. So our elections list will be president election list will be Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. So actually, who will win is very create a huge policy difference in how they manage the macroeconomic and how they operate the United States. And let's take a quick look on this latest poll, or what we call is supporting rate of these two president lists. And you can see the charts on your left hand side who ahead in national polls. And currently the Kamala Harris is leading Donald Trump by approximate 3%. I believe that I think just few weeks ago, Trump is definitely leading the current U.S. president. Joe Biden is about 20% in the votes and the poll rates. But especially after the gun shooting issue that happened in USA to the Donald Trump, the voting for the Donald Trump is increased a lot. So I think that's the main reason why Democratic Party decide to replace Joe Biden with the Kamala Harris in this president election. And The second chart on your right hand side, do voters want Republican or Democrat in Congress? So yeah, because they are the only people from the both party in this election. So Democratic now is leading by actually 1%. Actually, this statistic you can find is very easily in Google or the related website. Is a very actual, accurate and very actual response from time to time how U.S. resident will be react and respond to the elections. So this is the list of the United States that they are voting and polls to the president election. I would like to explain a bit that although Malaysia and US also both are the democratic voting country, but that is a slightly different in our government policy. Because in Malaysia, we vote for our government, and our government is determined by how many seats of one party win. So which party win the most of the seats can have the control of the government. But in United States, there is a slightly different. In case there's a particular state that one party won it, so all the tickets, all the voters ticket will be go to the that particular party. So we know that in case you want to take a very close monitor or have a close look on the elections on coming November, you need to take a close look at what big state or what we call is key swing state that having a most of the tickets, most of the votes will belongs to which party. So it's a very crucial and important for these elections. And before I share the difference of the policy of our both party in this U.S. election, let's take a look how our historical market react to the elections. So this is a chart that for US stocks have continued higher regardless of the party holding the presidency. So we know that no matter how Democrats or Republican win the elections, US always have a bullish. So the same case that we face currently or the second half of last year, we know that US market is going bullish all the way. So, and this is the average return for the US market. There's a breakdown by quarters, and you can see there's the difference by president year, election, and all years, which we refer to the non-election years. In first and second quarter, usually the market will be slow reacts to this what we call is uh, catalyst during first and second quarter. This is slower than the non-election year. But when it comes to the third quarter of the year, which is approximately August, September, and October, the market will be increased very huge. This is the historical from very long historical record. And this is the charts for you to understand how the market is going during non-election year and during this year election year for the past result. So no matter how market will react, so different path, but it also ends with a similar ending. So no matter how the election years or non-election year market is always a bullish. So just the period of the market become bullish is different between the years. So US can be said as the most biggest market. Is very efficient and very react quickly to those catalysts. And this is for your reference. This is the S&P 500 index market movement for this year. So we can see since January 2024, market is bullish all the way until now. So although there's a slightly retracement during April to May, but you can see during the period from January to April and May to August, there's a very huge momentum in this market. So now the market already comes to the previous high level. I think it's approximately 5,600 figure. But in case the market have a breakout from these previous highs or what we call resistance, you can await for another bullish momentum or bullish rally to come because, as I said just now, during the third quarter, the market usually will be react more aggressive compared to the non-election year. And this is the S&P 500 total return during election year. The data is from 1982, so at your left hand side, and until 2016. So usually when it comes to the elections year, it creates a lot of volatility and creates a lot of uncertainty into the market, but it always comes with the good result and with a, what we call a positive reason from the market. And in terms of what party going to win the what we call the elections is not so important for the our annual overall market yields or market return, because in this table you can see that when the election is won by Republican, there's an average return for 15.3%, which is the party from by Donald Trump currently. And when there's the election won by a Democratic party, there's the average return of 7.6%. So when we come calculate all election years, there's still a double-digit growth for the year. Okay, so after takes a look on how market go react before this towards the elections, now we can take a look how this I would like to highlight the several different policy, how Donald Trump and Kamala Harris going to operate and manage United States is creating a huge impact for the market. So here's some key takeaways for today. President Joe Biden's unexpected departure from the race set up a showdown between Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris and Republican former President Donald Trump. So this is just similar what I said just now. After the shooting up accident that happened to the Donald Trump, there's a voting rates increase suddenly a lot to Donald Trump. So this is the decisions from the Democratic Party. They have a sudden decision to replace the president list for the party. And the shakeup in the contest of the White House appear to have tightened the race in several key battleground states. Yes, because currently our both party is still very competing, very fierce, very tight in terms of their polls and voting rates. And Kamala Harris, I think, is just leading approximately by 3%. And while investors take an interest in the election, it helps to maintain a proper perspective on the potential impact on capital market. This for sure because our market is awaiting what you call a certain result from the election. So when the times is moving towards or very coming closer to the election times, for sure will be creates a lot of up and downs or volatility to the market. Okay, so how issues might play out. So I would like to highlight the different policy from our Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. So we take a look on the Donald Trump concept is what we call Donald Trump economic loss, because we still remember during a few years ago, Donald Trump is still president for United States and manage the country. So for this year election, Donald Trump come up with a concept that called MEGA 2024, which is Make American Great Again. So Make American Great Again is no matter in their economics, also by their infrastructure, in their currency, in their productive productions, in their employment opportunity, also their country image. So I had highlight or list out several key concepts that will Donald Trump operate or take actions after in case elected as the president for this year. So the first one is lower tax. It means to the lower tax to the retail or the residents for the United States or the corporate in United States, and lower interest rates. Donald Trump is a person like we know that Donald Trump is a businessman that own very many real estate company and is a multi-billionaire in United States. So lower interest rate is also one of the concept how Donald Trump want to operate and manage the United States. But we know that she not the one that control the interest rate is on Federal Reserve. So we might expect that in case Donald Trump become the president for this year, it will interrupt the Federal Reserve decisions on how to manipulating and control the interest rate. So the third one is higher tariff. Tariff usually is a tax on the import good for the United States. So in case your company is in Malaysia or China, you want to sell something to the United States, there's a tariff, or I think it's Donald Trump already states there's a compulsory of 10%. So it makes your product less competitive or less attractive to the US resident because the cost is higher. For sure, the seller of these export goods also will increase in price and pass to the consumer. And the fourth one is aggressive infrastructure investment. So it's related to the huge investment to their railroad, to their train stations, their airports, and their routes. So, and the other one is more employment opportunity and reshoring. Reshoring usually is they want to attract back the production, the factory, the productions all come back to the United States. So they want the company or the factory operates or manufacture the goods in United States border. And the last second is emphasize energy sources. Energy sources is related to the gas or the gasoline. Uh, is totally opposite of the what we call renewable energy, like electronic vehicle or what we call is recycle energy. And the last one is weakening USD. So in later slides, I will explain that how and why this Donald Trump want to have a concept to weakening their currency dollar. So Trump style tax. As I said just now, Trump concept is keep the tax low. So why that's the benefit for the US resident company when the tax is low? Because it encourages US local company earnings and development. Imagine that now you're paying 5% tax. Out of 100 ringgit, you pay 5% or $5 to the government. When the tax rate is decreased from 5 to 2, you only pay 2%. So it resulted in high for your higher initial profit margin and your net profit. So absolute is encourage the US local company business and development. And in the last row, you can see that Donald Trump already decreased the corporate tax from 35% to 21% during he was president a few years ago. And in case this year he want to propose to even lower rates, which is 50%. And there is some specials, not for the corporate. Donald Trump would like to eliminate tax on tips for service and health hospitality workers. So this is the same concept as the Kamala Harris that I will explain later. And here is what would happen if I mentioned just now, higher tariff on the import goods. So what Donald Trump aim and purpose is make United States, less reliable on import, because when your cost is higher, your price is higher when you want to sell your things to the United States resident or consumer, your higher price, your price already being more expensive, for sure will be less attractive. The resident or the consumer will choose their local goods compared to your goods. So what country will be going affected heavily? For sure is China, because China now currently is the most exporting country to the United States. And what will result in this higher tariff, as said just now, when the cost you want to ship your item into US border, you would like to pass the cost to the consumer. So who bear the cost is the US resident. So for their estimation, every family that as US resident, this is a monthly of extra living cost of 1,700 of dollar if Donald Trump keep aggressively on this concept. So when every family will need to pay more and more living costs, it enlarge the gap between rich and poor. For sure, it's a from in terms of macroeconomic views, it's a very benefited and advantage for the corporate, because your goods already become more competitive and more attractive to the consumer. But who bear the cost actually is on US resident. So the Trump administration imposed nearly 80 billion worth of new tax on Americans by levying tariff on thousands of product value at approximately 380 billion ringgit in 2018 and 2019. This is when the time Donald Trump started the trade war, and this is a serious affected U.S. and China relationships. But when it comes to the Biden administrations, he keep most of the Trump administration tariff in place. And in May 2024, few months ago, Biden also announced tariff hikes on additional 80 billion of Chinese goods. So Joe Biden not solved the trade war, but even worse. So altogether, the trade war policy currently in place added up to 78 billion in tariff goods based on the trade levels. And this is chart for you to see what's the bigger concern of China when there is a higher tariff. So we can see the most heavily affected is in industry and economic sector. This is that's followed by government regulations, stock and financial market, region related, and the last is energy and technology. Because the reason behind why technology energy is the least affected because US have their own strong energy and technology company, so they no longer rely more on the China technology. So this is the reason why of this technology and in energy is the least affected. And okay, for this slide, I would like to explain why the lower interest rate, lower tax, higher tariff, all these macroeconomic concept will actually create a huge impact for the United States. Because when there's a low interest rate environment, people tend to spend money instead of saving money because there's a less rate of return. So for the corporate, in terms of corporate views, United company tend to expand their business. They keep borrowing loans from banks because there's a lesser cost of interest rate. They want to expand their business. So in turn, it will leads into more productions and more employment opportunity. Because when the company want to expand their business, they need more workers and create more employment opportunity. It's actually is good for macroeconomics. And for the low tax, the same concept goes to the lower interest rates. When company pay lower costs, they tend to expand their business to grab higher profit, higher net profit because that's the higher profit margin uh, since they are paying lower tax. So in turn also will resulted in a more employment opportunity. And for the higher tariff, since imagine that there's a lot of competitor in this in the same industry, so people might or consumer might choose between whether I want to buy China goods or United States goods. But when there is a higher tariff on China goods, people will feel that US good is more cheaper, it's more valuable, so they will choose over China goods and spend on the US local company producing item. So this also create a very good business prospect for the US local company, and for sure this is one of the reasons they want to create more opportunities and expand their business. So, and the last one is aggressive infrastructure investment. Same as the Donald Trump concept, he want to build railway, uh, train stations, high-speed train, and build more airports. Those so it also will in turn involve many government servant or what we call is government workers in this infrastructure investment or development. So in turn also will create more employment opportunity. So we can see from this all this Donald Trump concept, what he want is to make Americans strong in their strong demand and all people having the jobs and have the ability to earn income and spend within their United States border. So okay, that's the conclusion from the Donald Trump. So let's take a look for the Harris trade concept. Unlike Donald Trump is a businessman. For sure, he will want to focus more on macroeconomic, how to operate the United States in terms of the macroeconomic. But Harris is not. He's more focused on their resident welfare, the society well-being. So here I list out some factors, the concept of Kamala Harris. The first one is healthcare reform. It's about the healthcare industry, the reformation of their hospitalizations and the healthcare industry, and low tariff. This is absolute opposite what we call is a Donald Trump concept, and emphasize clean energy. Clean energy, what we also can refer to the renewable energy, which is what we know is electrical vehicle, and gun safety. Because we know that this is legal issues that U.S. residents can you owns a gun. So in turns, it also create a very many negative impact to the society. So this is one of the key focus point for Harris Street in case she being elected as the president for this year. And the special thing of the Harris concept is she would like to have a tightened regulation on artificial intelligence (AI) and digital finance. Digital finance is what we call something like cryptocurrency and bitcoins. So the reason behind of the concern is safety concern. So it's not a advantage in case for this Harris in case for the AI and the digital finance. Okay, let's talk about the tax rate. So Harris rates is not interesting to lower down the corporate tax, but in turn, in opposite, he want to raise the corporate tax ratio to 28% from the current level. I said just now is 21%. So what will result in the end is result in corporate earning less become lesser, because we know that in United States stock market, mm, why the share price will be keep going up, because the company is makes net gains of more and more. So when investor looks at those financial ratio, EPS, the PE ratio, when company is make more gains, for sure will be reflected in the share price. But when it comes to the Harry style, is going just opposed to the market. And here's another tax concept by the U.S. Democratic Party, new tax relief to the families. So I would highlight the specific, which is up to 6,000 US dollar for parents of newborn babies when families expenses are the highest, and up to 3,600 by child by restoring the expanded child tax credit. So it actually is a tax exempted for you in case you have a newborn baby, or you adopt the orphans. So it's also reflected in the society one being because there is a less orphan in the society. So the second one is provide first time home buyer with 25K of US dollar. In case you want to first time purchasing home in United States, what Harris concept is they provide you the money 2,500, because they want to encourage the real estate industry and encourage US resident everyone have a house instead you renting other people house. And the third one is strengthen penalties for price gouging, especially on grocery. We know that grocery is a necessity, or what we call we need in our daily life or our daily living. So in case there is a price gouging or price war of this grocery affected the U.S. resident well-being, Harris tend to discourage or prevent this what happened. So what she focus is resident well-being in their daily life or their living. And the last one is same as the Donald Trump concept, which is eliminate tax on tips for service and hospitality workers. So this is not much different with the Donald Trump concept. And in terms of society welfare and well-being, Harris would like to hire thousands of border agents or use technology to crack down on fentanyl. So what she want to do this is because why she want to do this is because to increase the funding to stop human trafficking, because we know that in United States the trafficking case is happen a lot between Mexico and Canada country. So this is one of the way that Harris want to stop and address gun violence by urging Congress to pass universal background check and red flag laws and an assault weapon ban. So as I said just now, U.S. resident is legal to own their own guns. So this is also a new law to create to prevent what this happen, and they have a more strictly checks of your background before you want to buy or you want to own or to purchase a gun. So this is can uh, reduce the society cases being happen. So now let's talk about US dollar. What Donald Trump want is to weakening USD because he want to stimulate uh, USD export. As I said just now, Donald Trump tend to increase the competitive of the US company and encourage for their productions and create more uh, employment opportunity. So in terms of US export, what Donald Trump want to do is weakening USD because when USD is cheaper, they're able to sell more to the country over around the world. So this is create more competitive advantage for the US company, and he would like to utilize the depreciation of USD to improve USD trade deficit because currently USD is having the import is far more than their export. So this is what called trade deficit. So when Donald Trump increased United States import and reduce and export, it will reduce the trade deficit figure. And how about Harris on this US dollar or currency perspective? Actually, Harris is not raised any ideals or accurate proposal in the election proposal. So, but he already mentioned that he would like and okay with accept or not to worry of USD appreciations. So, what we can understand from this is Harris is tend to maintain the strength of the USD. So it's also just opposite of the Donald Trump concept. And when we talk about this both party, we not to forget that why Donald Trump always can create a very huge influence and result impact in over the market. During the year he was in president, Donald Trump tend to send a lot of post a lot of Twitter that start the trade war and uh, keep to raise the momentum to raise their US investor towards the trade war. So we never forget this is the bullish market of S&P 500, Nasdaq or Dow Jones during the Donald Trump was in president a few years ago. So when after comes the November when US performance was during Trump president, we can take a look on the similar historical result. The yellow line is the Trump uh, markets compared to the average market, which is in blue line. So actually, when it comes to the third year of the presidential cycle, actually Trump market is having more bullish momentum over the usual market. So I would like here's I already highlight some opportunities from Donald Trump Republican Party. So what opportunity you can see is Donald Trump tend to lower corporate taxes and resulting in higher net profit, higher profit margin for the U.S. company. So it's a for sure it's a good momentum or good reference benchmark for the investor to want to invest in U.S. famous company like Apple, Facebook, Nvidia, and deregulation of financial and energy stock. So energy stock we can say like is like a traditional energy. Uh, Trump is a person like very emphasize the traditional energy, gas, gasoline. So and the third one is increased military spending. So in case you are an equity investor, you want to find the potential stock in the equity market, you can find some company that or counter that related to the U.S. military. That because when Donald Trump having giving a more budgets of this prospect, so military company will be being benefited. So tailwinds on this opportunity is defense contractor. So I conclude and list out some counters in case you have an interested over the equities market. And oil and gas company, uh, and banks and financials, and some big technology. Actually, why big technology is tailwinds of this concept is, as I said just now, there's a lesser tax environment and will keep boosting company net profit and net profit margin. Let me take a drink before I continue. And what's the headlines or tweets in case Donald Trump being elected is a China-US tension, because Donald Trump was the one that started the trade war during 2018 and 2019. So for sure, this Donald Trump will keep impose the tariff on the Chinese good and worsen the relationship between US and China. And environmental and climate change, because just opposite with the Democratic Party, who very focus and emphasize on our society well-being, the climate change and the environment. So Donald Trump is more prefer traditional energy like oil and gas. So yeah, this is the his preference. And for sure the electronic vehicle is not Donald Trump focus for his concept. And the hit wise is if in case you're holding some China stocks, or you have an interest in invest in China A50 index, you may take a close look that how trade war is going to affect China, those exporting company, and their index movement. So here I have four company that this all MMM, TMO, BA, and PG are the US company with bigger China exposure because they export their business or their item, their goods to the China. So in case there's a worsen of US and China tension, for sure these are the company who are being affected. And now we take a look on Harris. So what opportunity will arise when Democratic wins the elections? The first one, increase government spending, infrastructure and healthcare. This is just similar with Donald Trump, but their purpose is not the same. Donald Trump purpose is want to increase employment opportunity, but Harris is more focused on society well-being and resident welfare. So, and the second one is investment into renewable energy. Say what we can relate to renewable energy absolute is the electronic vehicle. And currently the Tesla as the biggest electronic vehicle manufacturer, for sure will be having some they will launch some policy that benefit to this EV maker. And these escalations of the US China tensions, this is also one of the opportunity. And tailwinds on means that what you can have a look on in case Harris being elected as president. The first one is China stock, because this is the improve of the China and US tension, and China stock with China exposure, my regional stocks, and because why I can conclude this marijuana stock, because Harris want to tend to legalize the marijuana in United States for the healthcare purpose. So the company that related to these goods or in this industry will be manufactured under this policy. And the next will be EV and solar power stocks, infrastructure stock, healthcare and clean energy stock. So this stock you can take a close look, or in case there's a change in the votings or polls of the elections. And threats, there's a tightened regulation on banks and energy company, because Harris is not. You can search a lot of news on the website, or in Google, that Harris is very dislike what you call cryptocurrency, and you can find back the charts of the crypto Bitcoin price movement when the day Democratic uh, change or replace Joe Biden with this Harris. this is a very dump in the cryptocurrency market. And the another one is higher corporate taxes, and in turn will be resulted in the lesser profit margin and net profit for the US mega company. So I believe that most of the investor is more prefer Donald Trump over Kamala Harris, because market might be go more bullish in case Donald Trump is the president for the United States. So I still have some other points for this. This is the very difference or very opposite between this Democratic and Republican Party, as always that Republican Party is always have a more policy or more spending, more aggressive on the macroeconomics. So in terms of inflation rate, uh, jobless claim, initial jobless claim, US market, stock market movement, these are those indicators that are very sensitive to the Republican, but not for the Democratic Party. So I think already comes to the end of the sharings. I already highlighted what the difference of our of the United States president elections. So yeah, now I would like to pass back my my sharing to our MC today, Charlie. Yes.
All right, thank you, Mr. Zhenzhong, for the insightful sharing. Okay, so now we will move on to the Q&A session. Audiences are welcome to drop your questions and we will have Mr. Zhenzhong to answer them.
All right. Thanks, Charlie. So we still waiting some questions. In case you have any concern or any question not understand, you can raise up in the chat box or the question chat box. Yes, I saw one. Will the slides will be sent out to participants of this webinar? Yes. In case you want, you may contact us to request for the slides, because I will not send out for all the participants. But in case you're interested, we are okay to send out the slides for your reference. I believe our MC later will have leave our contacts details, our Gmail or phone number. So in case you want to, you can leave a message to us so we can send through your Gmail. Okay, we got one market-related questions. To what extent does U.S. presidential election market speculation affect Malaysia? Okay, so actually, if you take a look on Malaysia election, it won't affect any other country, but US is affecting around the world. But how it affect the Malaysia is Malaysia always follow the momentum of the US. So when it comes nearer to the November time, which is elections, the market will become more volatile. You can refer to the any election year charting movement, even the last president election year. So when it comes to the nearer time, the market tend to be more volatile. So in terms of market, Malaysia tend to follow the momentum, but in terms of economic, uh, I would say like it won't affect many much of our Malaysia listed blue chips company, because their business is not exporting much or related to the United States, unless the technology company. So in case there's Donald Trump being elected, might be create a bullish momentum for our local technology company, and you may take a look on the I would suggest is the technology sector in case for the Malaysia market. Okay, for another question is historically how will the United States market react before the elections in September and October? Okay, so I will back to the slides. Please give me 1 minute. Share my slides. So in case you want to mention how market will going for the September and October, so you may refer to the third quarter of the comparison between president election year and non-election year. Usually the market react more bullish and creating more returns in this September and October. So, but when the times come nearer, it creates more volatility. It creates more volatility until the president is certain. Okay, another question is, does U.S. presidential consider as unsystematic risk? How should we investor respond? So, does United presidential consider as unsystematic risk? So, in case you want to invest in the markets or want to do trading, it's all about risk management. So, based on your perceptions that what you see now and what you believe Trump or Harris going to win. So only you decide what sector or what index you want to long or short, or what sector you want to invest in, either in healthcare uh, or China-related company. So it depends on what you see now, what party that you think will win the most in the election time. So U.S. presidential also considered as one of the unsystematic systematic risk. I would like to say, because that's the risk that we can't control. But the only thing we can control is the risk management of your. So the cut loss or the strategy the timing you enter the market is very crucial and is matter. So okay, another questions: will USA cut interest rate in September? Okay, I would say like it's more confirmed that United States will cut rates in September, because we already read the news for these few months. United States want to lower interest rate to stimulate their economies, but still not yet. Even the even now USD is depreciate a lot, or Japan Bank of Japan already raised their interest rate. But I would believe that Federal Reserve will reduce once of the interest rate before the election time. And another reason why United States, the Federal Reserve of United States, not reduce the interest rate so early, because they want investor to familiar with this concept and makes the market slowly factor in this reduced interest rate news. So market tend to not be volatile and loss of control. So this is what I uh, observe and get from the news for these few months. Okay, how will the election influence and impact global economic growth, inflations, and recessions? Okay, so I back to the Donald Trump concept slides. This one. Actually, Donald Trump concept is about the macroeconomic views. So how will impact economic growth around the world is about the trade war. When there is a trade war, the increased tariff means increase the cost of the seller. So we'll pass, seller tend to pass not to absorb the cost. and pass to the consumer. So in turn, also will they will raise in their price selling to the consumer. So when more and more sellers increase the selling price, what will happen? The inflation happen. So when there's the inflation happen, what will Federal Reserve to react to the increase of inflation? They will uh, tend to raise the interest rates and make USD strengthen. But USD strengthen is not is absolute opposed with what Donald Trump concept. So Donald Trump, what we can monitor and looks is when Donald Trump want to keep the tariff on China import good and lead to trade war, but at the same time want to keep USD weakening. So the things are related. So the policy that launched by government is very important to get the balance point between the trade war, imported tariff good, and the weakening USD. Okay, now we got the last questions from the attendees. Once the president is elected, usually how long the transition period for the market to react to this news? Okay, actually, what's the timing period that market will react to the this result? We can confirm, but there's always a historical result that you may refer, which is a last president year, which is Donald Trump being elected as president. When you take a look on the charts, you can see that market tend to be very volatile, ups and down, very unexpected before the president is elected. But when the president is being elected, market may take a bullish run, no matter Democratic or Republican party wins the election, because there's a certain answer for the market. Market, what investor and global market feel and afraid is the uncertainty. So when we talk about uncertainty, you can link to the volatility index as a benchmark for you to predict the upcoming movement of the US index. Okay, in case no any more questions, I will pass my sessions back to the MC. Thank you.
Alright, thank you all for the questions. I hope we did answer your doubt. And once again, thank you, Mr. Jenjong. If you are interested in opening an account with us, you may scan the QR code here. We do offer stocks, futures, and CFD tradings. And most importantly, Phillip Capital provides free trading platforms to our investors. So take your first step towards trading success with us. You can scan the QR code or maybe you can take a screenshot and do it later. Alright. And if you would like to connect with us, feel free to follow us on Facebook, Telegram, LinkedIn, and Instagram. We do post market updates, promotion campaigns, and events on social media. You may also subscribe to our YouTube channel to check out the videos and visit our website for more information. This is the contact for Penang branch. You can reach out to us via phone call, email, or just pop into our branch. Yeah, for the attendees who want the slides just now, you may contact us via email. We will send out to you. All right, and if you would like to walk in, we are located in Georgetown, and we will be very happy to see you. Here are the branches contact for you to reach out depending on your location. So here comes to the end of our webinar today. We really appreciate everyone for your time and thank you again, Mr. Jenjong, for the sharing. We hope you guys enjoy it and wish to see you guys again in the upcoming events. Thank you and have a good night.